to work on AWS. With the largest community of customers across every industry, AWS has unmatched experience and operational expertise you can depend upon for your most important applications in every imaginable use case.
One.
Hi, everyone. I would like to thank you all for joining this session. Today's our topic of discussion is diverse career opportunity in AWS. Myself, Anuj Yadav, I'm the ops manager here in Amazon AWS team in Bangalore. So I'll quickly start the discussion, and I just want to thank everyone for joining the session. So let me start with, I'll quickly brief you about our agenda of our discussion first. So today we are discussing about I'll start with the introduction with our speakers. Then we'll be briefly talking about Amazon, and especially today we are focusing more on the culture perspective. Then we are going to talk about the cloud support associate role in AWS premium support team. And then we'll be starting with the speaker career journey. I mean, especially like we invited a few of our engineers who started their career as a cloud support associate, and right now they are working as a solution architect or a subject matter expert. So they will be talking about their career journey, and also, I mean, what all opportunities are there if you join us as a cloud support associate. And at last, we do have a Q&A section. So that's the brief about the agenda of the discussion for today's meeting. To next slide and quickly introduce with our speakers. So I'll start with me. I'm Anuj Yadav. I'm working as an operation manager in AWS Managed Services team. And we do have Anchit. He's currently working as a solution architect in our enterprise support team, as a subject matter expert and help our customer in day-to-day operations. We do have Sakshi as well. She's a cloud support engineer one. She joined a year back. She was joined as a cloud support associate, and she's currently part of DMS profile, where she's working on some of the cutting edge technologies like serverless computing and other services. So that's about Sakshi. So that's our panel today. One of the things common is like all three, Anchit, Badal, and Sakshi, they started career as a cloud support associate. In today's discussion, they will be sharing their insights about career progression, what all opportunities they got it. So that's our panel, and I just want to thank you all, Anchit, Badal, and Sakshi, for joining this discussion. So let's move to the next slide. Okay, so I'll like yesterday, some of you guys have already attended the first session where we discussed about Amazon and Amazon history. So today I'll be more focusing on about the culture part because that is some of the key element for Amazon and especially for Amazonians. So I'll start with what is Amazon like overall. So as you know, Amazon has different teams that focus on variety of things. Like if we start with the cloud computing, we do have Alexa, we do have online shopping, groceries, multiple business. So it's very hard to categorize and we'll say, hey, Amazon is a specific type of organization. But we do have something common and which is common across all teams. So, and there are some principles which is very common across entire all businesses. So these are like customer obsession. So our mission is to be a most customer-centric organization. We always want to delight our customer. Passion for innovation. As you know, like cloud computing, Alexa, all these are our innovations. All these things help us in making Amazon as one of the helping our customer and by providing products and services. Commitment to the operational excellence. So we always try to challenge ourselves and always try to raise bar, whatever task, whatever we are doing. And long-term thinking. So these are the four things which is very common across all businesses and which is helping us as a Amazon in various business, various avenues which we see in current market. So I'll start with the culture part. So there are five key elements which I'll be sharing with the you guys, which will help you out. So like you are surrounded by innovation. So we always, as I said, like we are very customer-centric organization. So we always want to delight our customer and help in making their life easier. And the innovation is the one of the key which is helping us. And if you see like one click infrastructure launch, right? And within like few seconds, your entire infrastructure is ready. In terms of deliveries, online shopping, 24 hours deliveries, so all these things are our innovative culture, which is helping us to coming up with these offerings. Second part is like you are empowered with lots of ownership. One of the things I heard from Amazonian that they love ownership and responsibility. They feel more empowered from the beginning. So like we as Amazonian, you own it, you drive it, and you try to deliver end to end. So that's the culture we have, and our Amazonians really love that culture. The another is which we are definitely going to talk, and like your growth is accelerated. So many people say that they learn a lot at Amazon in first 6 months as compared to whatever they learned in first 2 years of the career. So if you are looking to grow professionally at the fast pace, this is the great place to work with. And another part is work is challenging. So as Amazonian, we always challenge ourselves to raise the bar so that we able to help our customer. We have a strong commitment to the operational excellence, and we always, whatever we are doing, we always try to raise bar. What next we can? We challenge each other like, okay, we deliver this. What next? And how we can help our customers. And this is the last element which I would like to share as Amazonian culture is like you have a voice and are encouraged to use it. We always want to hear ideas, suggestions from you, which will help us in building a product and services. We do have a narrative culture where if you have any idea, you write a one narrative paper and you can present to the leadership, and some of the good ideas are getting implemented. So that's the culture we have, and that culture is helping us. I mean, I just share like if you see in the slide, like AWS is recognized as a cloud leader for 10th consecutive year, and this is the Gartner study. And this is like our culture, our leadership principles. These are the things that are helping us to achieve. So that's the brief about Amazon and our culture. Let me move to my next topic. Okay. So in this section, I'll request Badal to talk about the cloud support associate role in AWS Premium Support team. Over to you, Badal, please.
Thanks, Anuj, for that brief introduction. Guys, so premium support is one of our pillars at AWS. So we love our customers and we want to serve them the best. So think about a product without us good support, and that is why we as at AWS emphasize on support a lot, and even at Amazon. So you might have had very good experiences with Amazon support as well. So even with the technical support, we serve the customers as best as we can. So Amazon Web Services provides developers, small or large, access to horizontally scalable state-of-the-art cloud infrastructure. So that cloud infrastructure powers a lot of enterprises, small businesses, and also Amazon.com itself. So developers can build any type of business on Amazon Web Services and scale their application with growing business needs. So think about it, like you have an idea for a startup, you can start small or you can scale in no time. As your customers grow, you can grow as well, and you only pay for what you use. So as one of the students that I had joined, so I had some expectations as well. So before that, let me answer you like how has AWS evolved. So AWS started as an e-commerce partner, and then it developed to a development platform. And this is due to the spirit of inventing and reinventing ourselves, and that is why we are here. So 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 when you are a student, right, you would like to have challenging role, continuous learning. You wanted to learn groundbreaking technologies, and you wanted to work with best of companies. Am I correct? Yeah. Everybody wants, every student wants that. So when I was graduating, I saw myself in a very challenging role where my learning could be continuous. Today I can confidently say that I learn something new every day being in this role. I saw myself making an impact. I can proudly say that I make impact directly to customers, customer issues, and solve them on day-to-day basis. So I wanted exposure to best of the technologies, and I wanted to be among people smarter than me. So with that aspiration, guess what? Like even the new people who join us, I learn from them as well. So that smart we have pool around us. So everybody is really passionate about cloud computing and all the technologies that be it AI, ML, databases, DevOps, and we believe that world-class support is critical to our customer success. So so I aspire to be working with best of the best, and yeah, I can say that Amazon is one of the best. I wanted to understand how they do things. I have interacted with a lot of enterprises as well. So you must have heard about Netflix. It is one of the leading OTT platforms today. So Netflix uses AWS for nearly all its computing and storage needs, including databases, analytics, video transcoding, and hundreds of functions. So that in total, they use like more than 1 lakh servers and instances on AWS. So if you'd like to learn more about all the companies that AWS is powered by, so you can just go and you can check our case studies at aws.amazon.com. So be it small or large enterprise, we would always want them to grow with us. So every day will bring new exciting challenges on job. So be it learning groundbreaking technologies. If you would have heard of machine learning, we are there. If you would have heard of quantum computing, we are there. And if you would have heard of Kubernetes, we are there. So learn and apply advanced troubleshooting techniques to provide unique solutions to our customers. Interact with leading technologies around the world and resolve customer issues. So I myself have been talking to a lot of CTOs around. So I could not have imagined in my 4 years of experience talking to some CTO outside of my organization. So that is what AWS and this role gives you. So we also drive customer communication during our critical events. So while doing as a working as a support engineer, it's not just that you work with only these things. We also have a lot of other things that we do. Some of them are like coach and mentoring new hires. Then we develop and present trainings. You would have seen a lot of videos around on Knowledge Center on our channel. So yeah, we are part of them as well. We partner with development teams on complex issues, and we contact. So we try to deflect all the contacts that we receive by innovating our own script by making our own scripts. So we write scripts, we write tools, we help other teams, we participate in recruiting. We work with leadership on process improvement or strategic initiatives. So Anuj has already talked about Ideate, right? So yeah, this is one avenue where we can work directly with our management and drive Amazon to where it is. So yeah, Anuj, over to you again.
Yep. Thanks, Badal. It was a very good explanation about the role, and I thank you for explaining it in very detailed to the our audiences. Okay, so let's move to the next slide, and so now we'll start with our career journey, and let me start with me. So I'm Anuj Yadav. I'm working in Amazon Bangalore office. I do have close to 15 years of experience in managing support and cloud operations team. I worked on multiple domain, like I started my career with the telecom domain, then the financial and the e-commerce domain. These are the few domains where I worked. And I joined Amazon as a technical support manager in 2017. And I was always passionate about cloud, DevOps, security, and automation. So these are the key words which always keep me like I want to learn, and that's the thing which I always want to learn in my career. So in 2018, I got an opportunity to set up a DevOps and security team in AWS Premium Support org, and in this role, I not only I was able to set up this team, I got the opportunity to learn about the containers like our ECS, EKS. We do have a CI/CD services like CodeSuite and CloudFormation, Elastic Beanstalk, and these are some of the key services which I learned in my role, and especially security, IAM, KMS. And these are the services which in my exposure to in the operation manager role in DevOps and security, I was able to learn. And in 2019, AWS Managed Services, the new service which was launched a few years back, and we have seen a good growth. And so our leadership decided to set up a new operation center, and in India, they decided let's have a one center in India. So I took that ownership and to set up this team in India. And right now, team is fully functional, and our site is managing all the global customers. And in my current role, we help our AMS customer in cloud adoptions by offboarding their infrastructure operation tasks like patching, monitoring, security. All these infra operations tasks are taken care by us, and our customer will always focus on the business priority. So our team prime focus is to solve customer problems by leveraging our tools and the automations which we do have. I mean, our team is we call it as enterprise DevOps team. We always focus to build solutions using AWS services. We always try to implement the best security practices on infrastructure. So that was the brief about my career journey. And one of the key call out in my 2 year, 10 months experience with Amazon is your career development is in your hand in Amazon. I mean, you will get lots of opportunities, career path. Yeah. So you just need to put your effort in the right direction, and everyone is very supportive in your career progression. So that's the thing. Like for me, Amazon in last 2 years, 10 months, I got ample opportunities, and whatever I was passionate, I was able to learn, and I'm still learning, still exploring new other avenues, new services which AWS is launching, and I'm getting a exposure to them as well. So that's the brief about my career journey, and let me request Anchit. So Anchit, over to you.
Thank you, Anuj. Thank you for your introduction. Good evening, everyone. I am Anchit. I am a solutions architect at Amazon. So, I joined Amazon in 2016 as a cloud support associate. And I joined with a group of more people, kind of freshers. And we went through rigorous 3 months of training in various topics. Very, very important topics such as operating systems, networking, cloud concepts, AWS concepts, how to create web applications, deploy web applications, simple Linux, etc. Then I worked in the Linux team for about a year. Then I moved to the deployment team. I moved to the deployment team in 2017, and in the deployment team, I learned about modern application development, application deployments, DevOps concepts. I help customers automate their workloads. You might have heard about zero downtime deployments. So that is where I help customers to achieve them. You might have heard about one-click infrastructure setup, which Anuj was telling a couple of minutes ago. So we have services which can help you and achieve these kind of resource use cases, right? Containers, you might have heard about container technology, how to containerize an application, how to run multiple containers for your application. So these are the areas where I used to help customers when I was in the deployment team. I also worked on several projects. The projects like there were multiple projects which made the internal processes better, right? And currently, one of the project is being extensively used across all AWS site throughout the globe. After like 2.5 years at Premium Support in 2019, I moved as a solutions architect, and currently I am working with um, education, government sector customers in their cloud journey to AWS. Like I get into conversations to CXOs, CTOs, NPOs, EdTech customers. I understand their use cases. I plan their migration, build architectures for them for their applications. And like while doing so, I learned a lot of different offerings, cloud concepts, AWS services. The breadth has increased for me. Like every day customer comes up with a new challenge, and we brainstorm to solve the challenge together, like with us, extended team, with the customer. So this is kind of an experience which I get at Amazon, like this experience of dealing with variety of workloads on a daily basis with something new every day. This is something what keeps me excited at work. It keeps me going, and it will also keep you going once you are here. I would also want to talk about career development at Amazon. So, what we have done is we have listed out some of the various career opportunities which we have seen our colleagues going into after they have started as a cloud support associate for a couple of years. For example, if I go first start with the technical premium support roles. So people start with cloud support associate, then move to cloud support engineer 1, then move to cloud support engineer 2, senior cloud support engineer, principal cloud support engineer. This is a complete hands-on technical role which requires technical expertise, and if you want to continue to be in premium support for a longer duration. There have been multiple places like me where I wanted more of a direct customer interaction. There are some other roles which people move to after working a couple of years in premium support, the roles as operations engineer in Amazon managed services, like Anuj manages Amazon managed services. So there you actually enterprise customers ask AWS experts to do some kind of a day-to-day job for them. So that kind of AWS expertise is required for them, and that's what AWS offers in AMS. Then we have something called as professional services. Now professional services is a vertical which deals with migrating, deploying customer applications hands down with the customer on their premises, with them from wherever they are migrating to AWS or building something new for them. So that's what the ProServe vertical does. Then we have the solutions architect team, where you can start as an associate solutions architect, which is like my team that directly interacts with customers. They are with the customer from the initial journey when they start to explore cloud, understand what cloud is, migrate to cloud, and then explore something new which can be done with their applications, or something new which comes as a feature, and how to implement that. And there is a role for technical account managers, which again is a technical role where enterprise customers have a dedicated person whom they can go to as their first point of contact, right? They implement some scripts for the like explain how to automate things, or build a POC for them, etc. So this is a vertical if you still want to be in a technical role. However, there are other couple of friends of mine who has moved to managerial roles where they want to move into operation manager, and then we have multiple levels there: operation manager 1, operation manager 2, and then senior operation manager. So these are some of the roles which I have seen my friends going into. However, Amazon is a huge organization, and there are multiple other roles which are not listed here, where after a couple of years you'll understand that this is my vertical and I need to go dive deep and take that role. Another point I want to make is that there is no such direct movement from one role point to another. What I mean is that you can move to these roles, the AMS ProServe or SA roles, even when you are cloud support engineer 2 or senior cloud support engineer. So there is no, it's not that after you have moved cloud support engineer 1, you cannot move roles. So these are all the flexibilities which Amazon gives you to support you in your career development. And in short, I would say, as Anuj said, at Amazon, your career is in your hands.
Yep.
So,
Thanks, Anchit. It's a very pretty, you explained very nicely about the career progression. So, Anchit, I have one question. Like we Amazonians, we do have like 14 leadership principles. We always try to implement and ensure we are following them. So, which leadership principle most connects to you, Anchit? Why don't you share with us your experience on that?
yeah, thank you, Anuj, for asking that question. I would say customer obsession, definitely. Uh, Amazon as an organization are obsessed over their customers. Like we are unusually customer focused. As an example, 90% of what we build as services is driven by what customer tell us matters for them. And the other 10% are things we hear from customers that may not directly or exactly what they want, but we try to read between the lines and invent on their behalf. Whether as a CSA or an SA, we have the right to defend our customers and do what's right for them. So definitely customer obsession is something which the leadership principle for me.
Thank you, Anchit. Okay, so let's move to the next panel. So, Badal. So, I request Badal you to please share your career journey with the team.
Thanks, Anuj. So I've already spoken, but again, I'll try to give a brief about myself and how I have grown here. So, like my responsibilities at Amazon includes like learning, honestly. So I joined Amazon in like 2016, and I joined networking team. I worked with multiple network related services like CloudWatch, auto scaling, load balancers, Route 53. And after 9 months, I felt that okay, now it's time to increase my breadth, and so I transitioned profile to deployment team, which was really smooth and easy, thanks to you, Anuj, and all the ops managers. So after that, I started working with two services, CloudFormation and Elastic Beanstalk. So at that point of time, deployment team was new. So these were the only services we were focusing on, and we wanted to master it. So I did master it, and I got an SME in both of these services, and I got a chance to work on multiple interesting projects after that on these services. I have engaged a lot of customers in these services as well. So after that, I also increased my breadth to more services like CI/CD, code deploy, code pipeline, code build, control tower, service catalog. I know I'm just stating names of services which our students would not be understanding, but yeah, I just wanted to show off. So, okay. So after that, what I did was I write a lot of config rules, which are used by thousands of customer accounts here. So I believe in knowledge sharing, which is like ingrained in our culture through one of our leadership principles called hire and develop the best. Uh, and that is the if you I'll say that this is the one that connects to me, Anuj. So uh, so I have been part of multiple hiring drives, and I have facilitated numerous trainings internally as well as externally. One of with that them being this one. So I've been part of some initiatives like Internet, which is an internship experience program which enables our interns to not only work hard but also have fun, which is an important part of our motto called work hard, have fun, and make history. So other than that, I have traveled to different internationally as well as nationally. So I traveled to Cape Town for trainings, and after that, I traveled to India like for most of the customer engagements. I've traveled to Visakhapatnam, Delhi, and like traveling is like a part of my career now. So. The journey of like these 4 years have taught me a lot of things, be it in the domain of technology, and also I've also got a lot of exposure on public speaking, and most importantly helping our customers in day-to-day basis. Solving their problems is something that I enjoy thoroughly. uh, so my 2 cents to everyone who is listening is like, if you are hungry to learn and you enjoy daily challenges, then Amazon is the right place for you. Like my advice to you is like strive in improving yourself, but at the same time enjoy this journey that you are in. Don't take your life too seriously and try to control each and every aspect of it. Let it flow. Yeah, that's it, Anuj. Over to you again.
Yeah, thank you, Badal. So, Badal, I have one question for you. Like you
Yeah.
started your journey and you explained everyone about the CSA. So, how
Mhm.
was the thing when you started as a cloud support associate? So, why don't you share your experience regarding that as well?
So it's a very strange experience for me. So I was like involved in 2 months of training, and we did have 1 month of on-job training. At the same time, it was like I was exploring this new city, Bangalore, and like it was first time without my family being on my own. But like the learning was always high. We were always pushed to learn and learn and learn. So that is what like when they say, right, 6 months of experience here is 2 years of experience somewhere else. I truly believe that, because you always are told to insist on higher standards here. So like, but now like it's changed so much. We have our internship program, so no like there is training of course, but we also have like 6 months of internship program that uh, our students go through for implementing one solution that each team provides them with, which is really challenging for them as well. And I've been mentoring them for a quite like 2 to 3 years now, so I am aware like how even we push them to do like their best. So like it's the cause like we all so I am also a part of initiating internet, so I also make sure that they have fun. So yeah, like in these 2 3 years it's changed a lot in that way.
Thank you, Badal. Okay, so let's move to Sakshi. So, Sakshi, why don't you share your experience?
Sure. Thank you, Anuj, for giving me this opportunity. So I joined Amazon in 2019 as a cloud support associate and then transitioned to a cloud support engineer one role in 2020. More than the professional transition, I believe personally I've transformed from a very nervous college student who I remember would go around on the floor calling everyone sir and ma'am to an engineer in Amazon who is now capable of handling business critical issues for AWS customers across the globe. I'm currently working in the developer and mobile services team on some of the cutting edge technologies like serverless, AI, GraphQL, and machine learning. And these are some of the domains that when I talk to my friends and relatives who have an experience of, who have multiple years of experience in the industry, have still not touched these particular sections. So, looking at the audience, I still remember when we joined Amazon as a cloud support associate, we were given an extensive and rigorous training, and we had mentors, and that entire program was conducted by the senior engineers of the team. So this year again, I was a part of those trainings, but from the other side of the table, as both a trainer and a mentor this time. So in last 1 year, I've aggregated myself with all of the AWS associate level certifications, started building content, external public facing content for our customers, to help them better now. Actively started contributing in customer engagements, projects, and trainings directly with the accounts team for enterprise customers. And now I've also started handling escalations and voicing our customers as a customer advocate in the serverless and the mobile domain.
Yep. Thank you, Sakshi. So Sakshi, have because you like in last 1.5 year, you transitioned from college to the corporate. So what is your experience in Amazon so far been, and how do you see the career growth here?
Okay, so with respect to my experience at Amazon, there's one thing for sure that I always feel that I'm surrounded by innovation. So whenever the team or a leader or an individual Amazonian sees an opportunity to explore something or to build something new or to improve a process or build something from the very scratch itself, and if it leaves a positive impact on our customers, we would love figuring out how that is done. Now, coming to the career growth and the career growth charts here, that's definitely and for sure accelerated and exponential. And that I believe comes from the scope, scale, and the impact of projects that we're a part of, as well as the great colleagues like you all that we get to work with every day.
Thank you. Thanks, Sakshi. Okay, so I think let's move to the next topic. We done with the panel career journey. So, okay, so this is about AWS education programs. So I'll request Anchit, why don't you share your thought on AWS Educate and AWS Academy programs?
Yes, thank you, Anuj. So in our previous session, we got a lot of questions on all the education programs which Amazon runs, right? So just wanted to reiterate it. Amazon has a program called as AWS Educate. AWS Educate is Amazon's global initiative. It provides students resources for building skills in cloud and AWS. It is a no cost curriculum. It provides access to content. So there are a lot of contents. If you have get an Educate account, you get a lot of training content, self-based labs, etc. You have a lot of pathways which you can follow for a particular job. You get access to AWS account where you can spin up AWS resources. You have access to AWS Educate job board, which is a separate section there. And students receive up to $100 in AWS promotional credit as an AWS Educate starter account. The another program is AWS Academy. It is a program for higher education institutes. It is ready to teach cloud computing curriculum, which helps you get industry recognized certifications. It is we provide AWS trainings to your institute. So AWS Academy is focused on institutions, basically, where institutions can take help of AWS Academy and give it to their students, whereas you can go ahead and AWS Educate and create your own account. So this is about the education program. I would recommend students to learn about AWS because the jobs in cloud is tremendous, and whether you work in AWS or anywhere else, or if you create your own startup, you will need to build application. You will need to build application on cloud, host applications, and this is where your understanding of AWS and cloud help you. So yeah, that's it, Anuj.
Thank you, Anchit, for explaining about these two programs. Okay, let me move to the next slide. Okay, so this is the application process. In previous session, we also covered that. So I'll those who missed the previous session, so I'll just want to briefly explain the application process for a cloud support associate role in our AWS Premium Support team. So you just need to go and apply to Amazon.job website and to the for the cloud support associate role, and the shortlisted candidates will get a link for online test, and those who clear the online test will be having a three interviews, video interviews, and that will be like yesterday, like our panel explained, like it's more about functional plus some of the leadership principles which we will be evaluating. So that's the three interviews which we'll be discussing with the you guys, and after that we'll be having a debrief, and based on the debrief, the selected candidates, the outcome will be shared with the candidates. So I'll be on behalf of you, I'll be asking these questions to the panel, and we'll try to answer as much as which we can do in next 30 minutes. So I'll start with the first question, which we received from Grishma and from GSSS ITW College. So the question was is what is cloud computing, and want to learn more about the same. So I would request Badal if you can answer this question.
Sure. Yeah. So basically, cloud computing is a very broad term, but with respect to our organization, so it's basically it is an on-demand delivery of IT resources over internet, where you pay as you go. So instead of buying, owning, or maintaining physical data centers or servers, like you can access technology services such as like computing power or storage, databases, like as need basis. So you even like I said, right, even as a startup, you can just rent it out, scale as you need. As your customers grow, you can scale it. So another question that you asked was you want to learn more about the same. So as Anchit mentioned, right, it's one way to learn about it. This is AWS Educate or AWS Academy. Or if you don't have access to that, I would strongly recommend that you go to aws.training. You can find multiple resources for training and also validate your knowledge by doing AWS certifications. So while studying for these AWS certifications, right, you can also refer to some third-party blogs or any material that you have. So yeah, that's like that is how you can learn more about cloud computing and AWS.
Thank you, Badal. So let me pick up another question. This is from Ritvik Seth from RNS Institute of Technology. So how AWS cloud technology is revolutionizing cloud computing across the globe? So I think, Anchit, you will be better to answer this question. So why don't you answer this one?
Yes, Anuj. Thank you. Thank you, Ritvik, for this question. It's a very, very broad question. I'll try to trim the answer. So AWS works differently, right? Our business is innovating at a faster clip, especially in new areas such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, or serverless computing. You might have heard about these technologies. These are upcoming technologies, and many of the startups or industries are actually doing wonders with these technologies, right? So AWS is actually helping them. AWS has more than 175 fully featured services. The number itself speaks a lot. It is huge, right? We understand what the industry needs and we build a solution on that. Uh, um, for example, if we take serverless computing, imagine a situation where you just want to run your application. You do not want to think about servers, host application on servers, manage them, right? So that's an example where we build AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda lets customers upload some code through AWS Management Console or CLI or pipeline. You can build a pipeline through GitHub, and you can set triggers And when those triggers are met, it runs the code. So customers, or basically, you do not have to think about servers. Customers do not have to think about clusters. They do not have to think about auto scaling, administration. Everything is done for them. This is like one such example how we as an AWS are revolutionizing cloud computing, helping customers across the globe.
Thank you, Anchit, for the explanation. So I'll move to the next question. I think this is the common question asked by multiple students. So what is the future scope of cloud and AWS? So I would request Badal, can you share your thoughts on this question?
Sure. If you see previously there people used to have a lot of data centers, like they had to buy a lot of their own machines. But today, whoever has had their data centers, they also want to move to cloud. And all the people who are starting up, they'll anyways be using cloud. Like AWS itself is moving really fast, and that shows the scope of working with us. We are in the midst of a titanic shift to the cloud, and there are a couple of reasons why people are moving so quickly. So if you look at most companies on-premise infrastructure, to get a server typically takes around 10 to 12 weeks because you have to order it, then you have to pay for it, then it will be transported. It can take that long. And then you have to build all the surrounding infrastructure, like you have to build networks, you have to add softwares, you have to do a lot of things there. But in cloud, you can provision like thousands of servers in minutes and access around like 175 services, and Anchit also mentioned, and put together and use them the way you want. Other than that, we are also moving along with the industry. So cloud has not and AWS has not been confined to just servers now. If you look, we also have different services that are catering to different domains, be it machine learning, be it serverless, be it DevOps. So we are there, as I said, be it quantum computing. So yeah, I think we are going really fast, and I think the scope is not stopping anywhere.
Yep. Thanks, Badal. So I'm picking another question. This question was submitted by Venkata Satyasai from Landy Institute of Engineering and Technology. And the question is, can you explain life at Amazon? So Sakshi, I would request you to answer this question.
Sure, Anuj. A very valid question, because 1.5 years ago, I had the exact same question when I was filling up my application. So one thing I can assure you, with my experience at Amazon so far, is that no 2 days will look the same. So we're a bunch of very curious people who would often maintain a very peculiar point of view. We work with people who stand out. We have an earnest approach towards problem solving. We're vocal, we're passionate, and we're also right a lot. So we're empowered to strike a right and a positive work-life balance. We work hard, we make history, and we believe it's always day one with respect to our learning and growth at Amazon.
Thank you, Sakshi. So the another question is from Deepak Bansal. It's from Bhagwan Pashuram Institute of Technology. So his question is, do you need a prior knowledge of AWS services to get a job in AWS as a cloud support associate? So I would request Badal to answer this one.
Okay. Basically, even I did not have prior experience to cloud. The only experience I had was with databases, DS, all the subjects that we have, right? As far as expectations go, we only expect students to have like a prior knowledge of fundamentals of operating systems and networking for this cloud support associate role. So to give you more insight into it, like these fundamentals should be really strong in a way that you can connect them with the real life scenarios. let me give you an example. Like if you think how your Wi-Fi connects to your mobile phone, what happens in that process? So if you can connect that with your networking and operating system concepts, you are there. And I can assure you that we will be selecting you.
Thank you, Badal. Okay. So let me move to my next question. This question was submitted by Sulabh Bansal from GLA University. So what trainings did Amazon provide to the freshers? So I think Sakshi, I'll come to you again because you recently attended training and you transitioned from cloud support associate to the other roles. So please, can you answer this question?
Sure, Anuj. So we have a rigorous training program for few weeks when you join as a cloud support associate, which includes classroom training, online training, automated labs, soft skills training, to name a few. We also have a dedicated mentor and mentee program for the new hires. Again, we have Amazon's mentoring network, which is a great resource. It supports and encourages employee growth and provides opportunities for skill building, facilitating cross-organizational understanding, and also improves your social network. Learning is a continuous process at Amazon, and it just doesn't stops with your with the trainings that you have when you join Amazon, or when you join after or the trainings that you have after a few months when you join Amazon. It's day one with respect to our learning always.
Thank you, Sakshi. So I have a good number of questions, but I'll take last two questions. So uh, this is the common question asked by multiple students. So I'll not call out the college name, but this is the question: what kind of chances are there for ECE students to get placed in Amazon? So I think Anchit, you also from ECE background. So why don't you answer this question?
Yes, thank you, Anuj. So I have got, well, like we have got this question a lot. So we do allow EC students for this role, and there are a lot of topics required to, like we expect students to know, for example, operating system and networking, which is actually part of most of the curriculum in India for EC students. I myself am from an EC background student, and I started as cloud support associate. And Anuj was also an EC student, and he's working at Amazon. So yes, EC student do have a chance to apply for this role.
Yeah, thank you, Anchit. So I'll quickly ask the last question, and and again, this is a common question. Most of the student asked this question as well. So, what's make you excited about this job? And I'll request Badal because you are with us for almost more 4 years. So, can you answer this question, Badal?
So yeah, I actually keep myself updated daily. Like I read about at least one feature or one new service, and my motto is like basically learn one thing a day in those 365 days. And I know that, and in that process, I can learn 365 new things in 1 year. So for me, it feels like an extended university. Like I give exams in university, I'm doing certifications here. So personally, I have like 7 certifications now. So and along with that, I have some other certifications that I'm preparing for. So yeah, it's still an extended university for me.
Thank you, Badal.
Thank
So
you.
we do have a few more questions, but because of the time, we'll not able to answer all of them. So maybe you can connect with your recruitment cell, and they will connect with your respective recruiters to answer some of the questions which we are not able to answer in this session. And this is our feedback link. So please provide your feedback. Your feedback really value to us. And with that, I think we are good to close this session. And once again, thank you so much for your time and for joining this session. So have a good day. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining in.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you, people. Thank you, guys.